The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Carl Jung. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Franklin D. Roosevelt. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Buddha. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Robert Frost. What we think, we become. Buddha. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Seneca. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Confucius. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Plato. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. We are not what we have, we are what we give. Mother Teresa. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Ralph Waldo Emerson. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Zig Ziglar. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke. The man who has no imagination has no wings. Muhammad Ali. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. André Gide. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Mahatma Gandhi. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Socrates. The secret of happiness is freedom. The secret of freedom is courage. Thucydides. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Plato. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Marcus Aurelius. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Franklin D. Roosevelt. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Carl Jung. The only true way to happiness is by living in the present moment. Thich Nhat Hanh. Know thyself. Socrates. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Socrates. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Dalai Lama. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. A happy life consists in tranquility of mind. Cicero. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Plato. The function of man is to live, not to exist. Jack London. The only constant in life is change. Heraclitus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Plato. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King, Jr. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. The only true freedom is in the mind. Epictetus. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Plato. You cannot step into the same river twice. Heraclitus. The longest journey is the journey inward. Dag Hammarskjöld. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius.